Fall in, demon soldiers. I'm here with another episode of I Played a Thing, Demon Souls. Last episode, we excellently executed an executioner and began our exploration of the Tower of Latria, which is actually going fairly well so far. Haven't had any problems with the mind flayers, with which things can go wrong very quickly. And so let us continue our investigation of this rather creepy place. Oh, there's another one. Another guard right on the other side of this here portcullis. So I'm going to wait a moment for his patrol path to swing by here again, and then I'm going to do the usual run-up behind him kind of deal. Backstabs are always nice, but if I can't get the backstab, they die in a couple hits anyway. There he is, I see his lantern. It's very nice that they give themselves away by a lantern and by ringing their bell periodically. Come on, you. Get over here. There we go, you saw nothing. Oh, we've been noticed. Looks like he knew something was happening, but didn't know quite where or what. Will he turn around and come out here? No, he's going to return to his patrol path, I think. There we go. That was a little bit of a messy kill, but it worked out. Alright, I'm thinking that the left path over here is probably progress, so let's try checking out the right first. I'm not 100% sure of that, as I usually am not. Oh, hey! This appears to be where that mysterious opera singing has been coming from. Yep, we've been noticed, and she has ceased her song. Let's check out the rest of the room real quick. Nope, nothing else in here. But you sure seem interesting. Can I get a good look at your face? Ooh, yeah, looks like you might have seen better days. And again, I suppose a certain amount of time in this place would do kind of a number on you. She's got a nice little settlement here, though.
You're an ordinary human, aren't you? Where do you call home? Dear me, I shouldn't pry. Oh, perhaps you'd like something from my collection. I've had better days. I was once the wife of royalty, and I have some nice things to show for it.
You may recall last episode we found the wizard gear, which is the starting equipment of the royal class, and I mentioned that royalty being imprisoned in the Tower of Latria is kind of a thing, and we see that here in the once royal mistress.
Before, there were many others trapped here, but they went mad and ventured above of their own volition. Redemption? There exists no such thing.
Okay. The prisoners have been kind of losing their minds, presumably due to the same soul-starved thing that's affecting so many other folks around here, and they go above, apparently, where some kind of redemption is believed to exist, but the once royal mistress doesn't believe in it.
The Queen banished her depraved old husband from the land. He returned in strange golden garb with foul demons in tow. They pillaged Great Latria, land of the learned, and locked us in this dungeon. Since then, they've been feeding off our souls, telling us over and over that if we go above, we will be granted redemption.
A little more backstory there on the fall of Latria, and on this whole redemption lying above thing. So the king returned with mysterious golden robes, eh? Well, I'm sure we'll be finding more about that in the future. Anything else to learn here?
I know the truth. The church goddess may die, but never for long. And we are trapped below, forever.
What's this about a church goddess? We'll have to file that away for future reference.
Redemption?
Alright, I think that's all the dialogue we're going to get for the immediate. Let's see what she's got to sell. Some decent grass. Fresh spice, old spice, which is a rarity indeed. Rather expensive, but big old MP regeneration. Or restoration, I should say. The various lotuses. Not the bleed one, but that one's not that important anyway. Oh, she sells Moonlight Stone. Would be worth keeping in mind if we were doing the whole magic thing. Magic weapon type, I should say. Fairly basic gear there. Black bolts. I forget what those are. A really short black iron bolt. It stabs deep into the target, dealing massive damage. Okay, sounds like just a really strong crossbow bolt. And the Ring of Avarice. Obtain more souls when slaying enemies. A passive increase in our soul collection would be nice, but I don't know if it's the best use of a ring slot, and it's incredibly expensive anyway. Well, to make her happy, let's just buy an Old Spice. We like to smell our best.
Thank you. Now I can stay here for a little while longer.
Yeah, apparently people are leaving because they run out of souls, because she says that she can stay a little longer because we just gave her some. Well, I'd love to keep paying your way, but I'm afraid we have to move along. Good luck to you. Here is one of those holes in the ground that can be quite dangerous. This one's easier to see than a lot of them are. I wouldn't probably have blundered into that one blindly. But we do want to keep our eyes downcast, because some of them are not quite so easy to spot. Especially in the darker spots. We had a little bit of a light surplus around that one. By Latria standards, anyway. It's an act of mercy. I'm sticking to that. I see you. Don't you try and sneak up and shank me. You neither. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I ever noticed that you could knock onto the, Lock onto the pot-imprisoned ones. And for the pot guys, it probably really is an act of mercy. Ooh, they're just hiding all over the place in here. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Proceeding ever so cautiously. So I don't remember this part of the level very well. I mean, I don't remember any of the level that well, because that's how I do when it comes to navigation. But this part especially, I don't recall too much about. What have we got in here? All kinds of Iron Maidens. Oh, is this like the Iron Maiden storage and assembly room? Now, I'm sure at least one of these has to be a trap, so... which Lotus is the poison one? Okay, that is the poison restoration one. I figured since it was on my bar it probably would be, but wanted to make very certain of it. Well, there's one trapped one. Surely one of these will have something good in it, right? Well, there's one that does. Not a particularly exciting treasure, but a treasure all the same. Oh, another good one. Wow. I kind of thought with all these clustered together that more of them would be trapped. But only one. And we got a ring. Ring of magical sharpness. What's your story? A soft ring bearing a light green seal. Increases magic attack power, decreases defense against magic. Made by Jerry, friend of Sage Frake the Visionary, who is known for his magical handicrafts. The seal's design is a left-facing man. Okay. So it's the whole sacrifice defense for attack kind of thing. Could be handy if you rely on magic offense a lot. That is, in fact, one of the many magic buffs that can be stacked with each other to make magic completely broken in this game. Sorry, thought I heard a noise over here. Wanted to check into that. And let's top up just to be on the extra safe side. Okay. We can go down more or we can go out this way. I think, for the moment at least, we shall continue to explore the current floor. I do not recall whether there are any mind flayers in this particular part of the map, so I will proceed cautiously once again. Got any prisoners hiding around here? Nope, and absolutely nothing of worth in here. Wonder why there's a key door if there's nothing in it. Same story here. Same story here. You're a tease, Demon Souls. Damn, they've got some big rats in Latria, too. Oh, I remember seeing this from across the way. What's this about, pray tell? Well, we can't get in. Ah, but we can talk to whoever it is in there.
Oh, human are you? I am Frake. I have been trapped here for ages. Perhaps you could help me get out of here. I am a sage, and I can lend you my power in return. Oh, take heed of those octopus-headed guards.
At long last, we have tracked down Sage Frake. Well, at least he's easy to find a way back to, considering this giant beacon he's got there. Pretty nice option to have, being able to put a little light in your cell. Well, we will have to remember he's here, but we do not have the key for now, so we will have to come back for him. We'll see if he has anything else to say first.
Perhaps you could help me get out of here. I am a sage. Oh...
Nope, same thing. Alright, well, at least we know he's here, and that is very good advice about the Mind Flayers. We've been doing quite well against them, but being careful of them is a really good idea, because again, if things go wrong, they're likely to go very wrong. Right, down we go. I don't immediately see any threats here. I see a key, though. Looks like a treasure in there. Oh, is that a Mind Flayer I see? Yes, yes it is. Okay, so we know that one's there. And this will be Prison of Hope, first floor, and first floor cell keys. Okay. Is it the first floor we're on now? Might be, I don't really know. I can say for sure that neither of those is the key for Frake, though. We will have to keep looking a bit more for that. Oh, we can't get into this one yet. Alright. We don't immediately have to concern ourselves with the Mind Flayer in there, I suppose. Nope, can't do that one either. Alright, how about over here? That's better. Perhaps this is the first floor that we're going to be descending down to. A fog gate, so we know its progress. Can't really see much of what's on the other side of it, so we will just have to produce semi-blind. Proceed semi-blind. Okay, one more down. I'll bet that's the first floor. In the immediate, though, we have a little bit more prison to explore here. Don't tend to be a big fan of crossbows, but never hurts to have one. Well, it hurts our carry burden, but can't imagine it's that heavy, despite being the heavy crossbow. Don't see any lights, don't hear any bells. I see you there. You think you're gonna... Yeah, you thought you were gonna stab me. I ain't having it. Another locked cell that appears to have nothing in it. I'm not sure why you do that, Demon Souls. There's some odd flavor of realism. What is that clicking? I hear it clicking, and I don't like clicking, I can't explain. It's also very dark here, so I'm very concerned about possible pits. Slowly, slowly.
Help me!
Oh, for a moment I was wondering what the hell was up with this thing on the ground. In the dark I didn't quite recognize it, but this must be one of the Mind Flayers we shot from above. I figured that would pay off for us eventually. I don't know what to make of that clunketa clunketa. Sounds like someone's operating a typewriter in here. Oh, when I came over here, the typewriter sound stopped. Hang on a moment, sir. I will speak with you in a moment. I just want to make sure there's nothing over here I need to be concerned about. Ah, okay. The typewriter is him rapping on his cell. That stands to reason. Suffer no smoky pots to live. Oh, can't get over there this way. Settle down, dude. Okay, well, we can't let him out. Well, we can see what his story is.
Well, you are a sane one, aren't you? My name is Ridiel. Please, liberate me from this cell. I have precious little time. I must retrieve an article from my corpse.
Ah, Lord Ridiel. Or Rydell, as the loading screen seemed to prefer to call him. Don't know which one is more correct, although I lean more toward Ridiel just because that's what he says here. And so we see why he is glowing blue. He is in soul form. wants to find his body.
As you can see, the only thing that remains of me is my soul. My body is trapped in another cell. I fancy it a fine, rotten mess by now. I've no interest in my corporeal flesh, but I left upon my person a keepsake of my late wife. I will soon fade into the beyond. My only wish is to do so near that token of my beloved.
Oh, that's kind of sweet. When he passes on, he just wants to have a little memento of his wife with him at his side. That seems like a request that would be righteous to fulfill. But, unfortunately, we do not have the key. And I happen to remember that key, and it is hidden behind a White World Tendency event. So we will not be able to help out Ridiel here until we have pure white for the Tower of Latria.
A retainer to the king once held the key to this cell. That ebony swine with his gluttonous, swaying belly.
Ridiel, was that racist? Don't be racist. Nah, he's actually referring to one of the fat ministers, I believe.
As you can... My body...
Alright, that appears to be all of Ridiel's story here. We will keep him in mind for when Pure White happens, and look into getting our hands on that key for him. And it goes right back to typewritering on his cell. Okay. What other options did we have here? Was there another down? There was another down. And even more down. Surely we must be approaching that first floor that we got the keys for. I don't remember what all we've got in this area in the way of guards and what have you, so once again, I'm going to take it nice and slow. I do not immediately see any lanterns or hear any bells. That is a good sign. Ooh, this must be a little torture chamber. Now, if memory serves, that big, well-lit corridor over there, there's an uncommon sort of enemy there that you do not really want to tangle with up close. So, depending on what's easier to aim for me, I will probably take it on with either a bow or some magic. Or maybe I'm wrong. I know it's around here somewhere. Alright, well, we'll just keep that in mind and keep checking out this path for the immediate. Looks like there's a bunch of really tiny cells here. Must be for the particularly naughty prisoners. I really thought it was over there. Wait a minute, is that it? No, it doesn't look that way. I'm a little paranoid now. Also, I don't recall if there are any holes in the walkway in this particular section, so, as usual, I am proceeding slowly and carefully.
Please, help me.
Damn it, Ridio, you almost made me jump out of my skin there. Not a whole lot to recommend these little cells, but we want to be thorough. In case they're hiding a treasure around here somewhere. Oh! Where'd you come from? Okay, we are in fact on the first floor, Prison of Hope West. Silver bracelet. Ooh! I think that might be a soul get enhancer. I can talk well. I'm wearing the wizard's gloves right now. This is actually a little bit lighter. Definitely a downgrade. Not an insignificant downgrade either. But an elegant ornament, probably used to decorate an equally elegant outfit, certainly worn by a daughter of nobility. Possibly because it's a very valuable object, the amount of souls obtained after defeating an enemy is increased. I like me extra souls, so despite the armor downgrade, we are putting that on. And you will note that it is female only. Convenient for us. Oh, we are full of things. I'd really prefer not to take off my thief ring. Is there anything we can drop? Well, Splinter of Mercury Stone I don't give a good goddamn about, but it's not very heavy. It's not actually going to free us up very much weight. Nothing exciting here. Yeah, there's our boss souls. None of the key items weigh anything, and I doubt we could get rid of those anyway. You know, the secret dagger and the claws are just not going to happen. And the heavy crossbow is kind of heavy. Alright, let's ditch some of these weapons that I really don't want. Crossbows in Demon Souls are easier to shoot from the hip, so to speak. But you can't aim with them in first person, which greatly decreases their utility. Give me a good bow any day. And we get a kite shield. And we get some fluted gear. And there's more fluted gear, I bet, which we can still not carry. Is there anything else I can get rid of? Not that I really need the fluted stuff that much anyway. But, yeah, I don't want to leave things behind that are unique. I do have an extra set of wizard things, so that could help a bit. Oh, the fluted stuff is quite heavy, isn't it? Get rid of our extra wizard gear. Is that going to be enough to pick up anything else? No! Alright, let's try putting on the ring here. I'll see if those are things worth carrying. I think they're just going to be the rest of the fluted gear, but I want to make sure of that. Fluted armor. Fluted gauntlet. Okay. If I'm honest, I really don't care all that much, so give me a moment, I'll get rid of some of those. Don't really need the fluted helmet, because we want to wear our hat anyway. Heavy armor, not really my style. And the fluted gauntlet weighs a ton. Alright, what else is over here? Oh, that's the wizard shit I threw down. Okay. And that's the heavy crossbow. Alright. Give me just another moment. I will ditch the rest of the fluted stuff just so I have room to put my thief gear back on. Or did I already get rid of all of it? Yeah, I think I did. I should be able to take the ring off now, I think. Yep, we're good. Hate to leave the fluteds behind, but I'm really not going to use them. The assassin gear, on the other hand, we might play around with at some point. So I will keep that on standby. Oh, okay. We've gone full circle, haven't we? Yep, we sure have. Oh, there it is. That is just a big ball of corpses. It has a pretty strong magical projectile, and when you get close to it, it flails its little swords around like crazy in all directions. So fighting it in melee is really awkward. Magic, it appears, is very ineffective. So, out comes the lava bow. Hopefully fire will do a little better. Much better. Still not fantastic damage. It's very kind of it to give its magic such a long wind-up. Long and very audible wind-up. I don't know if it takes extra damage from fire. The important thing is either the physical or the fire or both is working a lot better than our magic did. Alright, let me just make sure there's nothing that I want over here. There shouldn't be. No, this is just the other side that we could have gone down. Oh, you were a tough one. Rather tanky prisoners here, it looks like. I will never object to free healing. Or free poison cure, as the case may be. Lots of old spice is nice, too. Still keeping a weather eye out for guards. I do not know where all of them are. Oh, there's one upstairs. I doubt I can get a shot at him from here. Especially with that fence in the way. I notice he kind of stopped his patrol there. I think that means he heard my arrow hit. No, I don't think that's happening. Well, maybe I'll get closer and have a decent shot at him that doesn't leave me too exposed. Widow's Lotus. Guessing that's probably a rare drop from those guys. And I do in fact see the gecko over there, don't you worry about that. I'm just going to deal with this side first. Thankfully it doesn't see me from here. Make a break for it. Yeah, if I head a little further down this way, I may have a good shot at that guard. We always want to remove them from the equation, before we have to face them directly anytime we can. And I hear him ding-a-linging. Wasn't this patrol path right up there? Don't see him now. Alright, I guess I must be mistaken. Back in the east part of the Prism of Hope now. I'm guessing that's the direction I need to go, and if I go around the other side, the main attraction there is the gecko. Now, I think I remember something with this gecko, and that is that it's kind of a trap. When it runs away from you, it'll run down a pit. So if you chase it, you will fall down the pit, and the gecko will get away anyway. And that's no fun at all. Can we open this? Yes. This I suspect to be progress, so we will leave that alone for the time being, and see if we can't snipe this gecko from afar, and not even give it the opportunity to lead us down a deadly hole. Perfect. Creepy creep, as I am quite confident there's a hole over here. That gecko trap got me once before, I think. Well, there he is up there. I would really like to get a shot at him, because I don't know when or if I'm going to be back up there. And in a game as harsh as Demon's Souls, it's always good to mitigate risk from afar when you can do so safely. Okay, that gecko just had Moonlight Stone, which is very unexciting for our current configuration, but, well, I suppose better to have it and not need it, as the saying goes. Was I wrong about the pit? Could have sworn there was one here that the gecko tried to lead you down. I'm going to walk very slowly in that case, just to make damn sure I don't plunge down anything. I'll feel slightly silly if I'm remembering a danger that isn't actually there. I keep hearing that mind flayer, but I don't get a good view of him from below. Where exactly is he? I thought he was up there. There it is. You see how tough it can be to spot holes in the dark? That is so well camouflaged with the floor. Very tricksy indeed. Where the fuck is Octoman? There he is. Let's just hang back a little bit. See if we can snipe him from here. I have to be careful of his magic, but I do have a pillar not too far away. You heard that. But can I hit him through the fence? That is going to be the trick here. Is there any way to make this happen? He just keeps looking around like, where the fuck did that come from? Ah, well. We go upstairs from here in the near future. We will just have to remember he's hanging out there. And that portcullis that we opened over there, I will keep that in mind, but we will see what is out here first. Ah, yes. That is a sort of automated crossbow machine. If you try to run down that corridor, you will be pincushioned very quickly. So there's only so much we can do here right now. But, if we manage to get on the other side of the thing, we will be able to open up a shortcut by turning off the crossbow machine from the rear. Aha. I think we need to creep along the edge at some point here. Might be here. I'm really anxious about tempting fate at the moment because we've made so much progress. So let me take a look around and I'll decide whether I want to brave that, because I honestly do not remember how getting that item actually works. There it goes. We have activated it. Can we pick up the thingy here? I think we can. Ah, yes. We have the Prison of Hope Jailer's Key now. Where exactly we use that, I don't recall. Now, it actually is possible to dodge roll through the volleys here. In fact, that's a key speedrunner technique. My roll timing is not that good. Alright, we're gonna do this, because I do not remember if this is something important that I desperately want or not. And we proceed very, very carefully. Okay, that looks like the hard part is passed. Hopefully. Well, we can get a thing here, but it doesn't look like we can get the thing I actually came here for. Must be another way around to that. Mercury rapier, not terribly exciting. Mercury stuff is poisoned. Poison damage has its uses in Demon's Souls, but it's particularly useful in places where the enemy doesn't realize it's being attacked. Mainly in the form of Poison Cloud. Because casting a Poison Cloud on something does not get its attention. It does not realize that you are the aggressor there. It's just, oh, suddenly I'm losing health for some reason. I wonder what could be behind that. And as such, it can be used to cheese certain fights, especially a certain very difficult NPC fight. That is, in fact, something we may be cheesing somewhere down the line. I'll have to get Poison Cloud first, but that will happen in time. Oh, we're headed back up, eh? I kind of figured we would be eventually. Which means I'm probably going to have to keep on guard for that mind flare that we could not snipe out of the way. It's the path through 3-1. Oh, I see lantern. I think I saw 2 lanterns. Yep, sure do. We can't go this way? Huh. Huh. I'm not sure what I missed. Okay, well, we'll have to remember this, and I'll have to figure out another way to proceed. Maybe I have to run past the crossbow machine. Brave the timing. 'Cause honestly, I do not clearly remember. Now, where am I? Kind of lost track of my path here. Bear with me, folks. Gotta get my bearings back. Okay, this gate up here, leading to the outside, that is where the crossbow machine is, right? Right. Now, needless to say, I'm not going to try to recover any of that treasure right now. I'm just going to try and run past this thing between volleys. Okay, that could have been worse. Okay, there's a treasure there. Where I'll be able to go from there, I do not know, but this does not look like progress. So, I'm actually a little baffled as to where I'm going. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, not bad. I think we should be able to pull ourselves up onto this. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you know what? I bet I know what we need to do. We did get that jailer's key. And there were a few doors upstairs that we were not able to access. So I think we may need to backtrack a little bit and do that. That would be my guess anyway. Now I just have to figure out where any of those ways up were. This looks promising. Maybe up a little more. This looks like a possibility. Let me see if there's another one over here as well. Yes, there is. I see treasure here, so we'll start with that. Yep, jailer's key, that is what it was. How unusually sensible of me to remember that. Oh, that was a mind flayer doing their AoE blast. Well, we got a friend coming. Come on, you. This guy out of range, perhaps? I see he's got a friend there. Yeah, it looks like I'm just too far away to hit. We will advance very carefully. Hopefully not be seen. We'll let him head over this way and hopefully snipe him and not be sniped in return. Two of them at the end of a non-curvy passageway. That's actually a little bit scary. But we do get a good stun on them with fire. That's a positive. There was clearly another one down there. Will his patrol path carry him back this way? Maybe I can flush him out with an arrow or two against the wall. Get his attention. I think that may have been what brought him over previously. Ding-a-ling. You're right around the corner here, aren't you? Somewhere. Oh, yeah, you're right there. You coming out? He's coming out. Marvelous. That was genuinely a bit scary. I want to take a look down the other path. See if there might be anything worth checking there before I proceed. I think I heard a bell again, so there's at least one more of them kicking around here somewhere. In a way, it's almost a little bit sad that I've been having such an easy time with the Mind Flayers. Because you haven't seen what they're capable of. I'll explain that if it never happens. But yeah. I haven't even gotten into a proper scuffle with any of them, let alone died to them. Okay, the paths converge here. Good to know. Any more ding-a-ling-a-lings around here? Not in the immediate area, it appears. Okay, stairs down. Anything else on this floor before we descend? Nope, just another down. Okay. Don't remember this part of the level real well, so I am proceeding with the utmost caution. Okay, well, I am proceeding kind of quickly, but I'm keeping my head on a swivel. And I'm taking a drink. There we go. Okay, progress is on the other side of the tower there. What is up the tower? I'm fairly certain there are no guards in this area, so I'm not sweating that right this second. But what is up here, that I do not remember so well. Man, that's tall. Okay, what we got here? We got a fairly big path. And what do we do with the big path? We see what's at the end of it. No visible lanterns, no audible bells. We like that. Oh, and the stained glass window there, I am fairly sure that is above the boss door, so we are getting there. What we got in here? I really don't remember. Now, this spot, I don't remember if there are guards or not, so I am watching and I am listening. Something going on over there. We can probably explore that once we're through the fog gate. On this side, just looks like a treasure. And it is a duplicate treasure. We started the game with one of those, but that continues the trend of the Tower of Latria 3-1, being where all the royal stuff is found if you do not start with the royal set. And so now we return from whence we came, and go through that fog, and probably come up the other side here, I'm guessing. We will probably also have a path up the middle, I think, but we're not going to want to do that quite yet if we do. There's a very good reason for that, which you shall find out in due course. Wow, we're almost at an hour of raw video, and there really hasn't been too much fiddling around or housekeeping in this episode, aside from that fiddling about I did with the fluted set. Oh yeah, this is a long level. Long and complex. Okay, so there's our tower where we go to the other side of the fog gate. Nothing down here I haven't already seen. Onward and forward. And this puts us where? Okay, this puts us at the central path, right up to where I believe the boss fog to be. But before we do that, we can now shut off the crossbow machine, open ourselves up a little shortcut. Marvelous. And that means we can also collect all the treasure that was left here presumably by all the folks who got pincushion trying to come down this way. Clever rat's ring, I'll look at that in a moment. We like stones with ephemeral eyes, those are always welcome. There's some way over here to get to that one treasure on the ledge I couldn't before. No, I dropped down here to get that thing over there. I feel like there's another treasure we left on a ledge somewhere, but I'm not sure how to get at it, and I'm not going to spend all day fiddling around with possible routes to it right now. Oh yes, Clever Rat's Ring. We wanted to take a look at that. There we go. A simple gold ring engraved with the seal of a small animal. If HP falls below 30%, attack power increases. Possessed by Lord Ridiel, also known as Little Alant. Its partner, the Dull Rat's Ring, also exists. So we will have to keep an eyeball open for the stupid rat. And now I believe, much like the tower we went up on the left side, there should be another tower over here. Yes, there is. And a very important tower it shall be. I like the look of this part of 3-1. I mean, I like all of 3-1 for atmosphere, but just overlooking the path here with the stained glass off in the distance, that's kind of a nice, semi-creepy view. Don't want to drop down to that right this second. I may come back and do that if that's how you need to get to that. But there is an unseen threat coming up the middle. That I remember quite clearly. Yes, we did see something moving up here when we looked over from the other tower. Let us see what that's all about. A key, too. One moment, I'm going to make sure I yoink that. The special key. And you, my friend, what are you up to? Something very magical, it appears.
What do you want? I am a humble servant. I do not wish to interfere. I won't cause you trouble. I won't.
Suspicious.
What? I won't.
Methinks the gentleman doth protest too much. He cannot possibly be up to any good here. It's a nice little back hop he did there in the act of dying. Now, that was important for one reason. You remember the once royal mistress? Was it mistress or maiden? The once royal whatever, saying that the church goddess never dies? Yeah, the church goddess is the boss of 3-1. And unless we kill that guy above the path here, she will continually respawn and not stay dead, rendering you unable to complete the level. But now we have eliminated him, and we can actually take down the boss. However, we've got that special key, and that special key has a very important purpose, which I would like to fulfill before we head on to the boss, just in case I die. The boss isn't that hard, but I have had things go a little wrong fighting her a couple times. Doesn't happen often, but it does happen every now and again. We're going to take our shortcut past the crossbow machine, ballista, whatever you want to call it. We're going to do some backtracking. I will probably get lost, so I think we're going to cut that, most likely. Ah, yes, there's that thing that I couldn't remember, or couldn't figure out how to get to. Maybe we need to drop down from above. I'm not going to worry about it right this second. And this, my friends, is why we wanted that special key. Go on, Salad, you can talk. There we go.
Magnificent. I never expected to get out of there alive. My name is Frake. I am known as a sage. I thought my magic would give me an edge against these demons, but how wrong I was. I have been enfeebled by my long imprisonment. But I can still move my legs, and I can make it back to the Nexus. I thank the stars that I escaped when I did. I owe you my life. I owe you my life.
Owed his life so nice, he said it twice. And don't thank the stars, thank the salad.
I have been... but I can...
Okay, looks like he's going to be okay from here. So no matter what happens, on the way to the boss or against the boss, we have definitely rescued Frake. And that is a thing worth doing all in itself. Let's take a look at that stabber he gave us. There we are. An extremely small rapier. Dagger-sized and bladeless, it is inhered with a unique magic. A friend of the leader, Sage Frake, and known for its magical craftwork, it is one of Jerry's creations. It steals a small amount of MP from its victim. Well, that could come in handy if you were a heavy caster and needed a good source of MP replenishment without burning through all your consumables. Now how do I go about acquiring that, I wonder? Huh. I'm really not sure. Anyway, we are just about back to where we left off. Is that a glowy I see down there, or is that just a torch? Okay, looks like it was just a torch. I may be leaving some treasure behind here just because I don't remember how to get at it. I am going to drop the Widow's Lotus on myself here. We only have 2 of them, but I may end up needing it. Okay, that's right after the Crescent Grass. Good. Because, you will recall, I mentioned there is an unseen danger up this way. Well, I am going to have to proceed carefully and with adequate preparation. Adequate preparation includes having the Widow's Lotus on hand. Where are you? I know you're lurking. I know you're lurking. There we are. An NPC. I think they are wearing the Thief's Ring, which is why I can't see them from very far away. And she has plenty of HP. Bad idea with that crossbow, man. This is going surprisingly well. I occasionally do struggle a bit with this one. Alright, very cool. We will get a look at that weapon that she was wielding at some point, but the important thing to know about it is a short little dagger, but it can inflict plague. And plague is the demon soul's equivalent of toxin, like poison but worse. That's some quality moonlight stone on her, and 2 ephemeral eyes. Yeah, I definitely think that's something I need to drop from the walkway to get at. You know, I think I'm going to take care of the boss first, before I go risking death on what may be trivial items. I think we're being invited in. Let me take a quick look at my shield options here. The reason I say that is, this is a purely magic damage boss. I'm fairly certain she has no physical attacks. So... Magic defense, 107. Where do we see that? Okay, that's not better at anything. Oh, there it... Okay, got it. Okay, we only really have the other shield on hand, and it is not an improvement. So, this level being so long, I really hate to redo big chunks of it, so... And we would have to redo big chunks of it even with our shortcut open, so... Crossing my fingers here. And there we have the church goddess, also known as the Fool's Idol, and she sure knows how to make an entrance. Now she is just going to hang out way up there at the altar and shoot magic at us. I think we might be out of range right now, but when she can see us, she'll shoot magic at us. She has some followers, which are nothing to really worry about, although they can come at you if they're of a mind to. It can actually be handy in a way to leave followers alive, because there are stun pads on the ground here. When you step in the wrong place, you will be stunned and a sitting duck. And if you leave followers alive, they can trigger the stun pads and let you know where they are. Another redo? It never ends. And that appears to be a developer message since we're offline, and presumably referring to the fact that the Fool's Idol cannot be permanently killed, unless you've done the whole thing where you destroy the caster above. Are you going to be hostile? Do I need to worry about you? Doesn't seem like it. Maybe they'll go aggro when you hit their object of worship. I know there's one other boss in the game that does that, but I can't remember if this particular one does. Okay, we've almost got a clear shot at her now, so I am going to two-hand. We're going to fuck her up as much as possible. Her first stage here, all she can do is kind of hover and throw magic at you. Once we start taking damage off of her, she'll gain another ability, which is where the real fight starts. Howdy, ma'am. Two-handing for as much damage as we can get, and the prisoner does seem to have aggroed. Okay, and now she summons a number of duplicates. Oh, got a shot off at me there. Now there is... Oh! Oh dear. Be careful, hon. This is not the time to screw up. Oh, jeez. Anyway, one of the ways that you can tell which is the real one, of course seeing which one causes the boss's health to go down is one way, but an even better way, and a somewhat safer way, is to look at their projectiles. The one that has a bigger projectile is the real one. I thought I saw that come from this direction. I'm gonna bait out some shots. See if we can't figure out who has the big gun. Oh! Stunned. Okay, not that one. Oh, actually it is that one. Ah! I need to stop doing that. Oh! And there she is again. Oh, getting some holes put in me. Need to be a little more careful. Yep, that is definitely the big projectile. So we know our target. Let's see if we can finish her off this round. The answer is yes. Hallelujah. Fool's Idol down. She does tend to be one of the easier bosses in New Game. In New Game Plus, just because everything hurts so much, she can actually be quite dangerous. Because it only takes a few of those magic shots to kill you. I think she could probably two-shot you. And you've seen how easy it is to get shots coming at you from one direction while you're watching another direction. Oh, come on, let me through, game. Ah, more Widow's Lotus. Very good, we only had 2 of those. Is this another message of the same? Ah, that voice is reviving the idol, okay. We get a couple of helpful developer messages here. Okay, we don't want to approach the altar too closely because that will trigger the next level. So we're just going to grab this, and I'm going to go back and see about dropping down to get that one treasure that we previously could not. Yeah, that one right up there. So I'm going to go up the tower where the caster originally was, and see if I can do that without dying. Because we have killed the boss, but it would suck to die in body form here and creep further away from the pure white we desire, and also to have to redo a big chunk of the level. I have no idea if this item is actually worth it, but by gum, we are going to find out. Okay, there it is, off in the distance on one of those broken arches, buttresses. What are those exactly? I don't know my architecture. Okay, here's a gap. We want to line up with it quite carefully so we don't plunge all the way down and possibly expire. That looks more or less aligned, I think. Creepy creep. Perfect. Oh, okay. Widow's lotuses are fairly rare and expensive, so having more of them is good. Maybe they put those here just so you'd have a little extra edge against that plague-inflicting boss. Alrighty. We are pretty much done here. All I have left to do is go around the altar and pick up that last item behind it. If you creep around the altar, you can grab it. Just don't approach from the front, or else you get the next level. Okay, creep around it we go. Creepity creepity. Smashy smashy. Smashy smashy, I said. There we go. And the baby's nail. This is what that NPC was trying to use on us. A dagger treated with plague. The blade is curved like a talon. A dagger often used by women and children for assassination. Among the various unique weapons, this is one of the especially sinister. A dagger used by children for assassination. That's creepy. Alright, let's do this. Salad, why did you do that? I didn't put a gesture of any kind. Well, I guess you're just happy. Yeah, kind of a forerunner of the ascent to Anne Orlando, that sequence, isn't it? Let's go up here, and I believe we will find the Archstone, and be able to head back to the Nexus. There we are, yes. Are you breakable? No. There we go, the doll's demon soul. And now we go home. Okay, 3-1. That can be a somewhat troublesome level. So I'm kinda glad to get that over with. 3-2 has its issues as well, but I tend to find it a little more manageable most of the time. Not quite as easy to get lost in, I think. Although it is certainly one that's possible to get lost in. And now, near his disciple, our good buddy Frake has returned. But I think we've had a full day. Quite a bit accomplished. There are a few mind flayers in 4-2, or 3-2 rather, not as many, but there will still be opportunities for me to screw up. And again, if I don't, I will clue you in as to what they do. At any rate, we are going to call it for today. Next time, we will be able to chat with Frake and see if his disciple has anything new to say. And now that we have all of our magic teachers, we can see what our various souls can be traded for. We can do some leveling up. We can do all kind of things next time, and eventually we will be heading on into 3-2. I will clean up my inventory and kill myself in Stonefang off-screen, so we'll have that all taken care of for next episode. For right now, however, thank you very much for watching. It is always a pleasure, and I hope you're enjoying the trip. Till next time, this is signing off. Today's Catch-Hold of Prison Breakers has been brought to you by Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Sanguine Games, Misha Van Doren, Frank Rizzi, Tim J., Lolo De Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Sonic Rose, EX Potemkin, Mechasaurus, DG Jono, Doug Russell, Dodecalope, Patrick Bellinger, Jarogue, Martin Schauenmakers, Mayo the Hedgefox, Hildegard Argelmach, IGV, Jazel, Joseph Hall, Hot Mayo Sandwich, Dan Larson, K. Ivan Rupert, Tiny Shopkeeper, Charlie Dunst, Kikaskia, Kobo4231, Alex Beyer, Yuka Takeuchi Fan, Chaotic Narrative, McCaffrey Crandall, Mystery Accent, Lakota, Mayan Ling, Renaman, Fate Everywhere, Rio, and other idolatrous patrons. As ever, I thank you deeply for your very kind and generous contributions. They are always a huge help, and with moving expenses currently kicking my ass, even more helpful than usual. Much love also, of course, to all of my faithful subscribers and commenters, and to everyone out there sharing the journey. Be well, everybody. Happy Memorial Day to all observers, and a good week ahead for all. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you real soon.